Hey, what's up guys? Tyrese here, and today I just want to go through the differences and similarities between Skool and Skool. So aside from like Discord or Facebook groups, these are the two main powerhouses when it comes to hosting your own online community. And as a content creator, you know better than anyone else that content and community are the lifeblood of any online business. So that's why it's so important when picking a platform, you know you're selecting the right one for your niche and your industry. So today I'll just be going over the pros and cons of each platform so that you can make a decision based on what you think would be best for your niche and industry. So enough talking, let's get into the video. So first of all, I've created this tiny little graph somewhere down here, and we're just going to go through it like this. So first of all, we have pricing. So Skool starts at $99 a month, but they do have additional tiers with extra features as well. They do also have this basic $49 a month plan, but it isn't really good. You can only get up to, I think, 100 members, and you don't get to white label or any of the actual shit that matters within Skool. So for that reason, I don't think it would be fair to compare it with Skool's $99 a month plan. So for comparison reasons, we'll just use the $99 a month plan, which is what most people will be using anyways. And with this, you get courses, you can natively live stream within the Skool platform, you get live rooms, unlimited members, custom branding, reporting and analytics, custom code snippets, and conversion tracking. Also, you get white labeling as well, which is sort of the main selling point of Skool, which is really, really cool. But being able to natively live stream within the app, if you're in the gaming industry or podcasting, this is definitely a feature that would appeal to you. So with the business plan, you do get some more interesting things. You get workflows, you also get email white labeling, a content AI co-pilot, and automated transcriptions. Now, these are things that you wouldn't necessarily need for an everyday community, but if you're scaling up and maybe you want to do your whole sort of email listing out of here, being able to white label that can be done, but there's a lot cheaper platforms to use which do the same thing. So over to Skool. The Skool, it is far less complicated. If you go back to Skool, they even had different options for annual pricing and annual plans. That's like Skool is the complete opposite of that. $99 a month, no long thing. You get every single thing you can imagine. One fee, one price, that's exactly it. And then the same applies to their transaction fees as well. With both of these platforms, you also do get a 14-day trial, so you can experiment and see which one is actually best for you. And yeah, the really simple pricing, just in typical Sam Oven style. So next is user experience. So when it comes to the user experience, I would say Skool is very similar to Discord or Slack if you've used any of those applications before, where you have loads of different subgroups you can enter and have different discussions about different things. Everything is really easy to find, and yeah, the user experience is really clean on Skool. Whereas on Skool, it is quite different. It's very minimalistic. So you have one space for your community, which is where all discussions take place. You can also filter different communities here in a similar way to Skool, but still everything is hosted on one page. You then have the classroom, where you can come and see all the courses. This is where you'd be able to host the course as well. You can launch it in different modules, and again, you can drip feed or lock certain pieces of content as well. You then have a calendar, which is where you can host all of your live calls or, Zoom calls, Q&As, that type of thing. Members section, where you can see how many members are actually in the group and, just see your member directory, and a leaderboard where you can see who is the most engaged within your community. This is one of Skool's best features, and I'll be talking about it a lot more as the video goes on. So likely if you're hosting one of these paid communities, you will be having a course in them as well. It's not necessary, but most people do. So you want to be able to track student success. And with both of these platforms, it is really easy to track success. So on both platforms, you have separate spaces for the courses so that you don't actually get distracted by the chat or the community. So on Skool, simple, just go into courses here, click on what you want to click on, and then now you can see on the left hand side it's all gone. You're just purely focused on that. Once you've done and you've completed the course, you've watched the video, you just click complete and it will tick off as you go along. Similar with Skool as well. So again, once you're in the classroom, you see nothing related to the community unless you want to click up here. And then as you're going through courses as a student, you just click up here and it gives you a nice progression bar as well, so you can track your progress. And it means the host can see who's actually completing the modules, and maybe if you're drip feeding it on a completion basis, they deserve access to the next level of content. So next is actually course creation. So both platforms are really similar. You can upload YouTube videos, Vimeo, Wistia, what's the other one? Loom, which I'm using now. You can upload all of those videos here, and yeah, it's really, really cool, really simple. Nothing to really differentiate them on here, really, really similar. So one thing I did forget to mention is that Circle actually hosts native uploads, so you can just put an MP4 straight up there, whereas with Skool, you will need to host it on YouTube or Vimeo or Loom first, and then upload it onto there from one of those platforms. So next is community engagement. Now, obviously, with a paid community, you want to have huge engagement within it. You don't want people to be leaving. You want it to be a place where people can actually come and hang out. So Circle does a really good job of this with spaces. So in a similar sense to Discord, you can have different rooms for different topics or different subjects, which can then drive engagement further and actually make people want to communicate with each other rather than the host having to be present all the time. Now, Skool has a really unique sort of proposition about this. They have the leaderboards, which is basically your community gamified. It's absolutely amazing. So whenever somebody makes a post within the community, let's say I made a post saying, hey, welcome, my name is Tyrese, I do XYZ. For every like that I get on this post, it is equivalent to a point. And as you can see here, it's 5 points to a level up. And you can sort of gamify this however you want. You can have native rewards, you can have access to exclusive content, you can have access to exclusive courses, you can have like a live meetup in person for your most engaged members as they get to the level 8s, level 9s, something. So it's completely up to you. You can customize this however you like. But the whole point of this is to make sure that your community members are engaged and they're not going anywhere. They have a reason, they have an incentive to come back and provide value within your community. Think of it like a game, like you're playing Call of Duty, for example, and you know they leave the best guns to unlock till last. You have to get to level 70 to unlock the best guns or the best perks or whatever it might be. Think of it like a game, like, I don't know, Call of Duty, for example. You don't unlock the best perks or the best guns or the best camos until the later stages because they want you to keep coming back and keep playing. That's exactly what this is like as well. It's just rewards for your community members for actually engaging and providing good content within the community. So next we have features. Now, of course, I've kind of gone over some of these already. Now, as I mentioned, Circle, they do have the live streaming, which is absolutely amazing, and not many other platforms are providing this at the moment. Along with the live streaming, you can actually white label as well. So this is just a test community I literally built 10 minutes ago. You can see the difference in branding and colors compared to this one that's been fully built out. Now, obviously, you get your own URL as well, which I'm hiding because this is a exclusive community. But yeah, you get pretty much everything you would need in terms of branding. And for Skool, there's a wide range of features. The ability to gamify in Skool is an absolute game changer and one of the best features they have on the platform. Also, just the simplicity of it all, having everything available within one click away is so useful. Things you want your platform to be so simple that your grandma could even use it. So in terms of features that are common between the two apps, so in terms of unique features with Circle, you have subgroups, you have white labeling, you have the live streaming feature. You can integrate with many different applications as well, not just Zapier. So you can install a chat bot or any type of bot within this. You can't necessarily do that on Skool right now. Kind of similar to Discord, how you'd have mods and bots that do certain tasks. You can do that within Circle as well. And also, yeah, it's focused on forming closer connections within communities. And for Skool, the main features are, as I mentioned, the gamification, being able to email broadcast as well. So pretty much every post you can see here, you can turn that into an email newsletter. I'll show you an example really quickly. So if I was to make a post here saying, hey, welcome, this is my community, I can actually toggle this on to send an email to all members as well. So it acts as a newsletter as well as like a Facebook post as well. Really, really cool. So you can also drip feed courses on Skool as well, which is really, really useful. So if I want to set up this course, test. So I've got this test set up now, and I can now turn drip status on, and I can only release this module maybe after 30 days after they join. So when they come, they're not just going to take the content, rush through it and leave straight away. They have to wait another month before they take in the community, and then they get access to this exclusive piece of content. So this is really useful if you're in like the medical or physio space and you don't want people to rush through your course in a matter of a day, when you know for a fact that this should take at least 3 to 4 weeks to complete. And Skool is just really good in terms of monetization. They do take a flat 2.9% fee, and that is across the whole board, no matter what kind of ticket price you're doing. Whereas Circle is a lot more complicated with their pricing, with their features. You know, a lot of things are hidden behind paywalls. So again, depends on your preference, but personally, Skool for its simplicity wins on this one for me. With the philosophy and approach, I've kind of touched on it already, but Skool has a broad feature set which caters to various different needs, including content and community management. Whereas Skool is a really community-first focused platform. It only aims at simplicity and the essential features. And if you know Sam Ovens, that is kind of what he's about. He's about the core foundations, and all the extra stuff is just extra stuff. So regarding customization and control, I think Skool does take the win here, I'll be honest. Being able to completely white label your platform is such a game changer. Even on Discord and Facebook groups, you've never been able to white label your service. That is what sets Skool apart from the rest of the competition, and the customization is really top notch, I can't lie. But of course, this section is customization and control. So with control, I think Skool does win as well. The ability you have to drip feed your courses and to hide it behind sort of gamification or a paywall, depending on however you want to do it, really just gives them that control over your community. You know, people can't just come in, take what they want and leave within a few days. It's really focused on driving that engagement and also, you know, incentivizing people to be engaged. I did mention monetization earlier, and Skool does win in terms of monetization solely because with Skool, they take transaction fees on top of Stripe fees. So for example, if someone's paying you $100 a month to be in your community, Stripe will take about 3% of that, and then Skool will take their fees on top. Whereas Skool has recently integrated their own native payment feature, and they take a flat 2.9% off all fees, where it's really simple. You can easily calculate it. Stripe fees can vary sometimes depending on the amount of the transaction. So this is a really much more simplified approach. Finally, we have the community focus, and I think Skool is more rounded for larger, diverse communities. Maybe if you have a gaming channel, or you're a crypto trader, or you're a podcaster or something like this, then Skool is definitely will be the platform for you, just because of the amount of different subgroups you can create. If people are having loads of different types of conversations, you can categorize them and make it easier for them. And also you can live stream as well. So for those type of things, that type of exclusive content, Skool is for you. And then if you're looking at something that's more designed for high engagement and simplicity, Skool is probably the best software out there, period. Even if you want to run a free community, if you just want to have a place for people to come together, chill out and discuss a simple topic with some video content to go over, Skool is definitely the place for you. So which is actually best for your community? So as I mentioned before, I think Skool is absolutely amazing if you're in the gaming, trading, crypto, podcaster or reselling industries, and you have a community of like-minded people who want to come together, learn from you, and maybe watch a few courses on the way. But it's not necessarily focused around the community. It's more around the value that you can provide. Also being able to live stream natively with gaming, also live streaming your trades. If you're a podcaster, you can live stream an episode direct from Skool only for exclusive members. Like for example, I do a small podcast with my friends. We'll be thinking to use Skool. We're going to Thailand soon, and being able to record an episode in Thailand, which is only for exclusive members, would be absolutely amazing. Whereas Skool, if you are in any of these industries, like you're focused on direct improvement to someone's life, or you're focused on a niche where a community is actually so useful in terms of like sobriety, these type of things, then this is definitely the platform for you. The simplicity of Skool and also the gamification and the drive towards engagement is really what sets it apart from all its competitors at the moment. And then just a few more things to touch on in terms of addictiveness. Skool definitely wins on this front. So you want your platform to be a place where your users continuously come back to, they never forget about, and is where they actually hang out. And with the built-in gamification of Skool, they just make it that much easier for you. Now, that's not to say you can't do this on Skool as well, but because it's not built-in gamification, you do have to think on your feet of how to incentivize your community. And of course, data ownership. Maybe you don't want to run a community forever and you eventually want to go and run ads or do an email newsletter. With Skool, because you can ask questions to people who join your community, you can actually grab their email, use Zapier to connect that to whatever mail hosting application you use. And there you go. You have a newsletter built up of X amount of people, as well as the fact that you can actually send out newsletters direct from the platform itself. At the moment, you can't do that on Skool. So yeah, that's just another USP, I guess. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you found something valuable in this video. If you do want to sign up to Skool and make your own account, use the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching again. Take it easy and peace out. Love and peace. Love and peace.